Welcome back to the garage, everybody. So I have some updates, some announcements, and some really cool projects coming down the pipeline. Check this out. So this is my 2021 LaFon KP Mini. We have some really cool projects coming up. Right now, I'm in the middle of installing this rack. We got it from the Jungle Store. It's built for a Honda Grum, but we're doing some modifications. Check out the future videos. You'll see what we're doing to make that work, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. I have these clever made expandable crates, and all said and done, it's going to wind up on the back of it, and then we'll have a collapsible crate for cargo, and I think it'll work pretty good. Again, check out that future video. You'll see it. I think it'll look really great. Also coming up with this build is a project with Motocult. Check out Devin over at Motocult. He's a super enthusiastic, great guy, really knows his stuff, and has some real trick parts coming down the pipeline that I think you're going to love. Come on back. Today's project is going to be a quick one with a Fighter 200 EFI. This is from Freedom Motorsports. The Freedom Fighter 200 is a new motorcycle to the market. They're actually about to do their second production run of the bikes, and they're looking really sharp. Check them out. The new color in blue, very, very nice. Also coming up in a few weeks, we have the Pull Start Picnic with Go Power Sports, and we're going to be taking our chopper down there. Got a bunch more work to do with this thing, but it's coming along. So make sure you check it in on the channel. As for today, we have a real special project. We're going to be putting a luggage rack on our Freedom Fighter 200. And then I have another expandable crate that's going to go on this bike also. So let's pull the seat, check out our gear, and get it installed. Let's go. Alright, so over at the 2024 Freedom Fighter 200 EFI enthusiast group on Facebook, I ran into a guy named Anthony G, and he made these really cool luggage racks for the Freedom Fighter. Nobody else on the market has something produced for this bike that I'm aware of, and he had these custom made and powder coated, and they came out really nice. This is how they're packaged and shipped out to everybody, and then they do come with another little pack with some hardware in it. We have just a couple bolts and washers. Just 4 is all that it needs to fit under the seat. And then there are 2 spacers that rises the rack up just a little bit. They fit right here and here, just like that. And we'll look at it on the bike in just a minute. Now, one thing to mention is these are raw steel, so I'm going to paint these before we install them, just so I don't have a rusting issue under the seat, out of sight and out of mind. One more thing that he sent me in our package was a little handwritten note for my instructions. It's kind of a drawing here that just kind of shows you how the rack sits on top, spacers underneath, the bolts here. You can see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of simple, nothing fancy, gets the idea across. Pretty straightforward project. And then the note says, these plate go between bike and rack. And a little arrow pointing to the other side. So nothing fancy, homemade, but really nice parts. If you can check out the edges on these parts, they're very well made. Probably laser cut or something. But there's no burrs or anything on them, so wherever he had these machined, they turned out pretty great. Now let's pull the seat on the bike and see what it looks like underneath. Alright, so on our Freedom Fighter, it's a really nice, super clean bike. I'm actually going to be doing a sole video just on this machine later. We'll take it for a ride and we'll look at it more in depth out in the sun. But everything's tucked away, nice and neat and clean. And the way to get under the seat on this bike is right here. You put your key in, give it a twist, and that pops up the passenger seat. There we go. Come on over. Underneath the passenger seat, there is a little cargo area right here, which there's a little pack of tools. I'll fish that out later. But we're going to remove these 4 bolts, and then our little grab handle comes off, and a rack goes on. That's fancy. Check that out. Really well deformed, bent. I don't see any burrs or machining damage, and the powder coating is very nice. These 4 bolts that we're going to be removing are 10 millimeter. Pull the 4 bolts. There's a little handle. This can be a wall hanger or something. Looks like it could bolt straight up there, but he has spacers on there for a reason, I imagine. Okay, so adding the spacer brings the rack up just a little bit. Alright, so there's our rack. It looks really good on there. Nice and solid. And as for our seat, putting it back on, you have to slide it underneath here. I think that might have been why they did the spacers, just so you had enough room to get the seat actually on there. There it is. There we go. All nice and tight. It really follows the lines of the bike nicely. It's nice and snug in here, but still need a small passenger seat, but it still leaves plenty of real estate for a butt up there. So check back in next time. We do a full review of our Freedom Fighter 200 EFI, and we'll go for a ride. We'll see you next time.